Shalom, shalom, shalom. This is your brother Yael Ezra coming at you again with another quick video. I won't be before you long. I think this one will be very simple and to the point. I want to give you a clear understanding of why I believe like I do. And it's based off of scripture. Now, my Bible, my scriptures is the Tanakh, what most people will call the Old Testament or the Old Covenant. But Yahweh never called it old. He never said it was old and it's outdated or anything like that. That's what man says. Yahweh didn't describe his scriptures as old. It has no expiration date. So I want to just share this with you and see if you could see the difference on what is said in the actual prophets and how Paul later quotes the prophet. Now this is Isaiah chapter 59 verse 20. Isaiah 59 verse 20. And it says, "And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh." Now that is Jeremiah chapter 29, verse 20. Now let's go over to the New Testament. And you'll see how Paul deals with it. This is Romans chapter 11, verse 26. "And all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob." Did you notice a slight difference? Now, I have heard and know, and I'm pretty sure you have heard yourself, many Christians saying, well, Paul is quoting the Septuagint. Why would a Hebrew of Hebrews, someone that is a Pharisee, quote a Greek translation where he knows Hebrew? He can quote the Hebrew verse. Why quote a Greek translation when he speaks Hebrew and he can quote what the actual prophet said in the Hebrew? Now I want to read it again to see if you could catch it. Now this is Isaiah chapter 59 verse 20. "And the Redeemer shall come to Zion, and unto them that turn from transgression in Jacob, saith Yahweh." So here we see the Redeemer comes to a people that is already repented, to a people that have already did teshuvah. The Redeemer will come when the people of God is right with God, when they have turned from their wicked ways, they have denounced all false gods, and they turn back to Yahweh. Remember, as I said before, turning back to Yahweh includes obedience to his Torah, to the portions that we can keep while we're in exile. And when we do that and we turn back to Yahweh, the Redeemer will come. But not according to Paul. Now, this is Paul, Romans chapter 11, verse 26. He says, so all Israel shall be saved, as it is written, there shall come out of Zion, the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. Now here he's saying that the deliverer will come out of Zion. But in Isaiah, he says the Redeemer, the deliverer, will come to Zion. Not come out of Zion. He will come to Zion. Once Zion gets themselves together, then the Redeemer will come. But Paul's version is the Redeemer comes to get the people straight because they're lost, they're in darkness, and the Redeemer will come and get them to, through faith in him, will get their hearts right with God. But that's not what Isaiah says. So if Paul is a Hebrew of Hebrews, a Benjamite, a Pharisee, why is he, as the son, like I said, most Christians say, well, he's quoting from the Septuagint. There's not a Septuagint scroll in any Israelite congregation, any Jewish congregation. They carry Hebrew scrolls in their ark. You will not find a copy or a scroll of the Septuagint, a Greek text, in the mix of the ark where the Hebrew scrolls are kept. You will not find a Septuagint placed in that ark. So why are we worrying about what a Greek translation say when we are Israelites and the Hebrew plainly states something else? So we must cry out to God. We must do teshuvah. We must get things right with God. And when we get things right with God, God will raise up the Mashiach. The Mashiach will just be a man that God appoints to do a certain task. He will not be God. There's no need for him to die to save me. He will be a man that will have faith, that must have faith in God himself, that must be obedient to Torah himself. And even in the book of Ezekiel, we see that he is known as the Prince. He will even offer up sin sacrifices on behalf of himself in the new temple. So we got to line up with the book. We got to stop being so easily swayed and turned from a thus said the Lord, or thus said Jehovah, to and leaning more on, we got to stop this and stop leaning more on, well, Paul said. I don't care what Paul said. I stand on what Yah said. Yah, not Paul. Yah. So just look at it yourself and see, why is it not saying the same thing? Why is Paul's version of Isaiah 59:20 different? This your brother, peace.